Live from the Outpost Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Brought to you by IPMNation.com. Get ready for the gong heard round the world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
All Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Thank you very much for hanging out as we get everything fired up here. It's the 387th episode, or as I like to call it, all the different ways I can hide the railroad tracks on my head. Well, whatever we're calling tonight's show, thank you so very much for joining us. Welcome. I'm glad to have you hanging out here. The number one rated all natural being, number one rated on IPMNation.com. You're into All Natural Being, as I just said, in the gong heard around the world. Broadcast, I think I got everything right now. Broadcast as it happens, thanks to our good friends at Telestream's Wirecast, and I do mean good friends. We're live from the Transitional Radio Uplink here in the suburb of Columbus, Ohio. We're broadcasting directly to IPMNation.com. Let me make sure the volume's turned down there. Broadcasting directly to IPMNation.com over here on Facebook. If you're watching, you know that already. AllNaturalBeing.com and our Brian Brawdy app as well. Please remember, we rebroadcast our little show, our little soiree here on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, all the other usual suspects. And we're trying to see if there's a redeeming quality of staying on Twitter. So we're working on that now. We'll see how it turns out. Greetings wherever you are here in the garden of the mortals, the labyrinth of life itself, the ups and downs, the lefts, the rights, the pivots, the swerves, as I say all the time, blind alleys and cul-de-sacs, sure, but never a dead end. Not until you and I decide to tap out. Now, it's true, life constantly comes at us. Fate is relentless, but so is divine intervention. And I have come to believe that every chop block of fate comes with a counterpunch from the Supreme. So I guess you could say that life's labyrinth is the back and forth, the arm wrestling between the assault of fate and the succor of the divine. A chess match between your dynamic and the dark that pursues each of us, that opaque, that just blah feeling. Either way, the labyrinth is your shot at running the table, at leveling out only where and when that you see fit. The hell with the committee vote. There's no permission needed in life. Not permission from anyone. You and I both know that. Your ferociousness, it's in your blood. You can feel it. Now you just have to get your mind to rekindle it, remember it, and re-embrace it. That's why we're here, to be your amnesia buster, your friendly blue force, if you will. Cognitive left of bang. I'll tell you about cognitive bodyguard maybe a little bit later tonight, or maybe tomorrow night for sure, if someone in the thread can remind me. But in any event, we're always putting your heart's highest priority top of the list, reinstalling and reinstating the true wit, wisdom, and wallop of your inner whisper. And I believe it's a wallop, which is why I'm such a fan of rebooting your robust, commencing your counterpunch all in time to out-brutal the brutal. That is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal us on a daily basis. And for once and for all, to bring your own bold fate hates it, I love it. That's why you got to bring your own bowl, because there's a storm coming. You can be jacked up or buttoned up. And the breathtakingly, mouth-wateringly stunning beautifulness of this is that you make the call. It's up to you. But before we say hello to, no, let's do this now. Let's jump into the hello. Let me say hi to my friends here in the United States and Canada, Mexico, the UK, my good friends in Ecuador, China, the Philippines, Brazil, India, Australia, Germany, Italy, and France, Nigeria, Turkey, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Belgium, Sweden, Israel, South Africa, Kenya, Egypt, Puerto Rico, Iran, Netherlands, Greece, Colombia, Ireland, Argentina, Peru, Austria, Poland. To those joining us from all over the globe, thank you so very much. It's great to have you with us. I truly am fired up today to be driving your bandwagon, to be, as I say every night, to be your virtual hitchhiker. I love being out and about and on the go, because that means I get to ride shotgun with you. I get to hang out with you as you make it through your evening. So what are we waiting for? Here's our opportunity to mortal up. I think life is a great gig when we remember who we ultimately are. I think it's time for you to love the way you think. I think it's time for you to be your all-natural being. It's most certainly time for you to bring your grit to the relentless grip that life can sometimes have around our neck. So what do you say? Let's go kick in some doors. I got a lot of people that I want to thank this evening as we get started. There was a knock on the door a little bit earlier, and let me thank Dave Asprey and most certainly his good crew, the good people at Bulletproof. You know, I have this thing where I blend my coffee. I'm sorry I don't have a better, but in any event, they were very nice to send me a little bit of holiday cheer, my brain octane fuel, which I have used religiously since I was let out of the Huskow 2.5, going on 3 years ago now. So I want to thank my friends at Bulletproof for dropping this little thing in the mail. It was great to go to the door tonight. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's UPS. What can Brown do for me? They can bring me a bottle of Brain Octane Oil. So thank you guys and girls very, very much. Also, I wanted to thank, if I get a chance again, let me do this over here and clear this. I want to thank Wayne Noel for coming to grips with the logo for me. We're going to talk tonight about our official attempt, All Natural Being, with yours truly, the official attempt at the Guinness World Record. We're hashtag 81 to win, and I would, want to thank Wayne for helping me. He created the logo. What did I do? I just opened an email, right? He didn't help me. He created it. It's all on him. So I want to thank Wayne for that. We're very excited about it. And what we're thinking of now is because, well, you got to be honest with you, I got a little bit of blowback of people saying 45 days to 2 months maybe after your last surgery, and you're going to do an 81-hour marathon. So we've kind of, teams have gotten together, contracts have been traded, negotiations, they're ongoing, as they say. But one of the things that we're looking at now is that we will have our final hour of the 81 to win. We will successfully keep the record, and we'll be doing that on St. Patrick's Day, which turns out, I believe, somebody help me with the date of St. Patrick's Day, but in any event, it's in mid-March, obviously, and we will have our successful attempt end, the 81 hours will end on St. Patrick's Day 2019, so we're very excited about that. All right, let me jump to the thread, because I want to talk a little bit tonight about, I got up this morning, and you ever get up in the morning, you have like a wild hair? It was just freaking me out. So for those of you that had to put up with me this morning, interrupting your morning coffee over on Facebook on my personal page, it's freaking me out that after all these years of trying to get a particular wound that I have from skin cancer, right? They're like, oh, that's skin cancer. You got to get that. That's got to go, right? So they did a little thing, and so this thing allegedly is going to heal. Well, then the tumor came around, and the shunt came around, and everything else, and my body, it just wouldn't heal this damn scar. It wouldn't heal this wound. So then, lo and behold, I get our little spaghetti strap of a sea lamprey taken out of me, the alien, right? I get the little alien taken out of me. And 5 days afterwards, a wound that hasn't healed in 3 years, gone in 5 days. 5 days. So it made me I wanted to post this one just to go, what's your alien? What's your baggage? What is it philosophically that you hold on to? Or maybe physiologically, like me, what is it physiologically that you hold on to that's keeping your heart's highest priority from being top of your list? And it just freaked me out that my own immune system finally said, "All right, that damn shunt is out of here. Now we can get to work." Instead of fighting all the different systems in your body, Bry, right? That's what my immune system calls me. Instead of fighting all these different systems in your body that aren't at all a fan of the shunt, let me tell you, not a fan in the least. We're now able to turn our attention to some other things going on now that that shunt is hasta la vista. And if that is considered cultural appropriation, then thank you very much. Make sure you when the complaints, it's Brian with an I. So now that the shunt was finally out of me, my immune system had a chance to rally the troops and to just kick the living daylights out of this wound. And enough about me. What do you have in your life? What's your shunt? What's your alien, right? What makes you a cyborg? What's your baggage that's keeping your philosophical immune system working around the clock so it can't focus on making you happy in life? That's what I got into this morning. It's just weird. I got up and I go, for 3 years I've looked at this thing and go, oh man, that's bad. I got to go back sometime. And I think I have been back once now that I think about it. And the doctor goes, what the heck is that going on? We got to figure that out over there. And I went back another time and it still didn't work. So again, and if you don't have any, God love you. I'm a huge fan. But if you do have something, if you do have, as my good friend Henry says, a rucksack full of crap, right? If you do have some baggage, if you do have an alien, then what's your alien? Let's call it out. Let's name it and let's move to defeat it so that you can get on having the life that you truly want. Good evening to Candace. Good evening to Patricia. Nice to see you. Candace, thank you so much. Patricia, thank you for stopping by as well. It's nice to see. I saw a picture of you smiling the other day, hanging out with a young gentleman. I don't know where that picture was, but God love you. I'm glad to hear everything is going well. I was sorry to hear about your friend that went home, but I hope everything's well with you. Henry, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Alice, thank you so very much. Lee, hello all around. Hellos all around, kids. Lee, thank you very much. Mary, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. David Ray Bowman, thank you, sir, very much. Nice to see you pop up here in the feed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who else we got? Rita, nice to see you. Thank you, Rita. I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you very much for that. Matt, I'm so excited to have Matt Connerton from IPM Nation here after 4 hours of downloading and dumping and reloading and everything else. The BUT Internet Transfer Protocol, I think I finally figured it out. So I think we're recording the show tonight as well. So Matt, a little less legwork for you when we're all done with it. So thank you very much for joining. And you can kick back and relax because I think I actually figured it out. And it was tough because I wanted to call you at every turn. And I was like, let me just see. Matt's a busy guy, right? He's running a radio station, for God's sakes. He's a pretty busy guy. Let me figure it out on my own. And I believe that I did. So thank you very much. Mary, if I didn't say hello to Mary, howdy. Please tell Joe we said hi as well. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. All right, so what I did want to talk about this evening is that, and someone asked me earlier, are you still doing, I just can't see the shares as they pop up in here, but are you still doing the prayer bowl? Yes, real live prayer bowl. We do a prayer bowl ring for every share, right? I know. Yeah, it's just me pandering to try to get more shares to the show. But yes, every time we get a share, I'm assuming there's been maybe one or two. Maybe I can, Matt, do me a favor. Will you at least share it so I can have one more ring of the prayer bowl? See, pandering. Donna, thank you. Hello to you as well. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. Well, what we're going to talk about this evening, a couple different things. One, I don't want to leave this whole thing, again, BP, thank you very much. I don't want to leave this whole thing about what's your alien. What's ailing you? What's in you that's holding your philosophical immune system back from constantly having a smile on your face, right? From just being thrilled with this particular life, with this moment in all of time. But then I also want to talk a little bit about with this 81 to win coming up. Now, here's the list of rules and regulations, ask Wayne. It's like a notebook thick. I can't let the caller speak for more than a minute. I can't have the caller speak for a minute and give a one-word answer. Yeah, because I could just have someone call in, speak for 20 minutes at a time, and at the end of the 20 minutes go, yeah, well, yeah, right? So they just plot this thing all the way down to you wouldn't believe. So what the record is for is the longest, Guinness World Record, the longest call-in radio talk show, live radio talk show. And it truly is an honor. I should give a shout out to the good folks at Guinness, because they normally only do this for people that are at an established terrestrial, I think is the term Matt and I spoke about, a terrestrial radio station. But then I just had to send them pictures and this and that of everything that we've built here at the Transitional Radio Uplink in the beautiful suburb of Columbus, Ohio. I'm trying to say the beautiful suburb of Columbus, Ohio, without a chuckle just coming up. But in any event, so they finally said yes. So now we're subject to these rules, and it's going to be like, I think I get a 20-minute break every 4 hours. So what I'm planning on doing, and the reason I'm throwing it out here in the feed, is that pretty soon we'll be coming up with a sign-up sheet. If you want to call in, I know Jamie and Candace and I, we did karaoke. We did all kinds of different things throughout the 24-hour marathon. They better get used to it. Internet radio is the new wave. David, I absolutely agree with you. And maybe that's why David Ray Bowman says, it's coming, writing on the wall. Internet radio is the new wave. Well, thankfully to our friends at iHeart and I think I mentioned Spotify earlier. If I didn't, I apologize. Spotify, iTunes, you're absolutely true. It's internet radio. So what we'd love to do is anyone that wants to be a part of the record, like I have a couch, right? You're welcome to come and hang out. But also, I'd love for you to be able to call in. We'll have 2 dedicated phone lines. We'll have people call in. And what we'll do is we're going to go 20 hours at a time. And then because we can kind of stockpile some of the time, according to the rules, like they're even saying there can be no one else talking from this microphone, right? Like I can't even have someone stand in. I can't do anything pre-recorded, right? Oh, stick around in the next 24 hours. It will be Brian Reed's War and Peace, right? Oh, the Mahabharata. Brian Reed's the Mahabharata. Yeah, the most compelling 36 hours of your life, right? They don't let you do that. It's not like I can record these things and then just go, oh yeah, the Bhagavad Gita. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. No, they don't let you do that. So what I'll have to do is very judiciously make sure people are calling in, that we're talking. They even limit the commercials. I think I'm allowed like 8 minutes an hour, which for me, making sure, because you have to document all this, right? Just because you hit 81, you don't get to pop the cork and go, whoa, streamers, right? You don't get to celebrate. All the documentation has to be sent in. Witnesses have to sign off. I got to send in videos. And did you know this? For this 81 to win, I can keep talking, right? Even though it's radio. But if I plan on using the video, the broadcast live feed here, if I plan on using that video, I can't walk off camera. I can't duck down and use that portion of it, right? Uh-oh. One of these days I'm not going to get back up. I'm not an old guy. But I can't even drop off camera if I plan on using that particular footage as proof. So we're going to be working out on that. But the other thing that I wanted to mention is that they allow people to be a part of the, is this live or a repeat? It is live, Brother Wallman. Nice to see you. Yeah, we did have one repeat. I think I was a little optimistic that I would, I could pull it off in 48 hours. But, but no, this is the live show this evening, brother. I hope all is well. Live. Thank you, Wayne. So one of the things that I want to do is have people want to be a part of the record. Right? So that they can call in and we can come up with different things. And, we are talking to sponsors right now that'll sponsor the show. So they'll be responsible for some of the commercial space. But a lion's share of the time will be you and me interacting on the phone. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to be reaching out. Joe, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be reaching out to different people, different walks of life from all kinds of people on Facebook and Twitter and in real life, I guess you could call it, if it's not social media, real life. Some really big names we're in conversations with them to be able to call in and give us a little idea of what they're up to and, what St. Patrick's Day, what their plans are, this and that. So I wanted to make mention that pretty soon we'll have a sign-up sheet or, if nothing else, right? All you're doing is saying, yeah, I think I would call in at some time during that 81 hours. Hi, Joe. We'll call you after my show just after 9 p.m. my time. All right, Henry. So, Joe, Henry, there you go. Yay, he lives. Brother Wallman, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, so that's what we're talking about this evening is what we can do as this 81. And I would love the shtick, like Dana said today, I would like to do karaoke, which made me think of Candace and Jamie. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm allowed to work out to try to keep myself awake, if you will. Obviously, I'll be relying on bulletproof coffee. There's going to be all kinds of cool things that I'll do, but I'm going to have my bicycle will be on a wind trainer, so I'll be able to do that. I have, what else? Oh, I have one of those, or I'm looking at one of those rowing, those rowing machines. So we'll have a camera set that I'll be able to do the call in right from the rowing machine. We'll have one of those inversion things where you hang upside down. Although the hanging upside down, thank you very much, sir. Nice to see you as well. I have one of those hanging chairs where you hang upside down, and I'll be broadcasting from that. But if there's any other things that you can think of, right? We got a 4-camera studio here. We would love to incorporate other things so that throughout this 81 hours, if you can remember, through the 24-hour marathon, sometimes in the wee hours of the morning, it gets a little tough, but I would love it to be that any time within that 81 hours that you tune in, that we have a goal of making sure you're entertained. So there is no idea that we won't consider in terms of filling that 81 hours. So if you have some and you're interested, please let me know if you're interested in being a studio guest. Right? I got a couple of Thermarest mattresses and some sleeping bags. If you're interested in being a studio guest, then, you could swing by and we can hang out. Like Lee Rowley will be here tomorrow night from Sales Copy Academy. He'll be doing yet another version of the ever increasingly popular Copy That Speaks. So we'll have a camera set up so people want to come in the studio and hang out. Last time Henry was here, he hung out. I think Rita was with us. Kelly was with us last time to hang out through different aspects of the show. Kelly came to hang out through the 24-hour marathon. So we're really excited to have the opportunity to have people back. Candace says, Jamie and I will keep you awake. Yes, you did. And that with my sledgehammer, Joe Haggerty and Mary, we were doing heavy metal. That was a great time. So those are the types of things that I'd like to continue to talk about so that if you're going to be involved in helping me, right, because this is going to be a team effort. It's not like a marathon that I do on my own. It's a live call-in show. So so we're going to do this together. And if you can think of anything else that you'd like to see added, if you'd like to see done, then please, just drop me a line, send me a tweet, do this or that. Now, we're also working with the good people at Telestream's Wirecast. Lee Raleigh, I'm down with the shenanigans on 81 to win. Yes, sir. Lee, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it's just going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm building a little thing here in the back where I'll be able to cook, and we'll have a little toaster oven because I can't even leave to eat. Right? You can't leave the studio unless it's within your break. Well, my break, Donna, thank you very much. Donna says I'm in. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Well, I can't even leave the studio. Right. Nature calls. Too bad. You got to wait. You got to wait. So, yes, is there any truth to the rumor that the recording booth may turn into a porta potty? It could happen. Don't know. Right? But when I get that break towards the end, I'm going to be making sure that I'm going to sleep down here. I'm going to have a little bed, right? So I want to make sure that I'm not wasting a single moment because you can be 30 seconds off and they can go, oh, yeah, we checked your proof. Not going to work. I may not to be able for the record show, but maybe I can send a drone. That would be nice. That would be nice. Oh, that would be great, Henry, if there's a drone. I don't know if you can control it over the internet, but Wayne would know, but that would be great. You could fly around here in the studio. That would be kind of cool. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you thinking of me. Stadium buddy. Very nice. We could do that. So anything is on the table because we got to fill up this 81 hours. So I had mentioned it a little bit earlier, and we just have a few minutes left. Get a bucket. I have a Nalgene bottle, Henry, is what I used last time, so remember that Burt Reynolds movie? Yes, Candace, why? Yes, well, there's a couple of them, but yes, I'm remembering both. One with a little more trepidation than the other of the two memories that popped into my mind, to be honest with you, Candace. So we're getting ready to get out of here in a couple of minutes at the bottom of the hour so that we can get ready for Thinking Re-envisioned with the incomparable Henry Noel. It'll be right here. Wayne, if you don't mind, sir, put up the link so that people know how to get right over to there as soon as this show's over. And then if you can think of anything else, again, really, Lee, thank you. Candace, thank you. Henry, thank you. Donna is in. Thank you so much. Anything else that you can think of, you go, oh, did you ever think of this? Did you ever think of that? Brother Wallman, maybe I'll have, some kind of the chef stuff that you do and you go, oh, well, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll make some this and that, and I'll send it because I'm going to have a little toaster oven. I'm going to have a little mini fridge. So it's going to be a rock and roll show for 81 hours, and then we'll all get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day when we successfully lock up AA. There you go. Thinking Re-envisioned official right here on Facebook. Wayne, thank you very much for that. All right, as we get ready to go, let's go back to the thought that's just been bugging me all day long. What's your alien? What thought, what memories, what baggage, what do you carry inside of you that's draining your philosophical immune system and keeping it from rising to the challenge that is life? Fight or flight. We know it's going to happen. We know life's going to do. Fate's going to do. And here's one of the disservices when everyone says, oh, one of the people, I don't want to say anything bad about her because she's gone home already, but I remember she's got a multi-billion-dollar business going, oh, the universe loves you, and always remember that the universe holds you in the palm of its hand. See? No, it doesn't hold you in the palm of your hand. It's gunning for you at every turn. But what you and I can do is go, oh, no. Chop blocks are going to come, but we're going to do whatever we can to square our shoulders and make certain that we find our counterpunch in the moment. I'm in for St. Patrick's Day Radio Madness. Patricia, thank you so much. I'll picture you calling in, looking over the river, right? Is there a city that you can celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Maybe Chicago, but New York's got to be one of the biggies. So I'll look forward to that. Patricia, thank you very much. Let's get back to this thought. Oh, the universe is watching out for you. No, it's not. Oh, everything's peaches and cream. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It isn't. I'm just telling you, as you know already, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It isn't. But what you and I can be responsible for is how we out-brutal the brutal. Anybody play the bagpipes? That would be great. I don't know if I have the lungs for it. I don't know if I could. You still have about 3.5 minutes before I cut you off. All right, thank you. It's so nice of you. I have a little clock right in front of me now so that I can see. I can actually see the broadcast clock. So I know I have 2 minutes and 26 seconds. How do you like that? Before Wayne cuts me off. Oh, be that were it true. Candace, if you know anyone that plays the bagpipes, here's the thing, though. I could take a bagpipe lesson, right, through that 81 hours. Maybe there's some stuff that I don't know to do, right? So I could go through an entire catalog of something for idiots, these books for dummies, and I could learn. Maybe there's something we want to learn together. Obstacles mold us to be the people we are meant to be. Absolutely, Donna. I could not agree more. Thank you very much for that. And then during the show, what are some of the things maybe you want to learn? What are some of the things you want to do? We could make a whole show just out of the cool things we want to do, the cool things we want to learn. All right, we're going to get ready. Ooh, look at this. I got the eyes from Wayne. We're going to get ready to get out of here. Don't forget, Henry Noel coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. It's a big night tomorrow night on Transitional Radio. IPMNation.com/TR now. 8 o'clock is All Natural Being, our little get-together. Then, at 8:30 is Henry Noel and Thinking Re-envisioned. 9 o'clock, Lee will be here with a very special guest. A very special guest will be calling in. Let's learn Russian, all of it. There you go. Well, we could even learn Chinese, right? Mandarin. I'd like to build on what I know there. We could do that as well. But tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, live in the studio. Lee Rowley from Sales Copy Academy will be here, and it's going to be a great show. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here so that Wayne doesn't have to cut me off. Stick around. Henry Noel and Thinking Re-envisioned. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. In the meantime, identify your alien. Let's call them out and go, enough already. I want to live with a smile on my face. Have an absolutely fantastic evening, a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Yes, I want to stop the recording. What do you think I hit the stop button for? All right, we're out of here. See ya.